Alright, so for week 3 of winter anime, the shows do continue. Solo leveling continues to be about a guy solo leveling, so I guess that's cool. The romance shows are fine. Frieren continues to go so hard. So fun to watch. Undead Unluck goes from like 0 to 100. All the other kind of horny shows are kind of like a little too crazy. A chain soldier gushing over magical girls. The Lord of the Wedding Rings or some shit. So yeah, they're all kind of crazy. I'm gonna talk about some shows this week, so yeah, let's get started. So let's start off with solo leveling, episode 4. So my boy, he is solo leveling. This is the first time he's in a dungeon. So yeah, now he's just training by himself. There's a lot of dogs on his ass, and he realizes that he doesn't have a healer, so he has to keep dodging these dogs. If he takes lethal damage, it's over for him. So what is he gonna do? He leveled up his strength, but he has no weapon. His sword broke. He's just wearing like his jeans and a sweater. So how's he gonna defeat these hellhounds? So it looks like our boy Jinwoo can dodge things. So yeah, he's just like dodging the wolves and then just punching it in the face. He knocks it back a bit, but he can't finish it off. So what does he do? He opens up his inventory and pulls out a magic sword there. So yeah, it's kind of like a randomly expensive sword that he doesn't know how he got, but he realizes that he has all the video game mechanics on him. So he has the level up screen, he has skill points, now he has inventory. So I guess he just has to imagine it, and maybe it'll come true. So yeah, his inventory is real. He pulls out the sword and just attacks the wolves with it, levels up. So yeah, he starts like going level 1, level 2, quickly getting stronger. He sees there's a lot more wolves, so yeah, free XP for our boy. He seems to be like kind of used to this world now. So yeah, after like killing the goblins, he's killing the dogs. And yeah, he doesn't really seem to take any damage. You just kind of auto heal. It's kind of, you know, an RPG mechanic. So yeah, like that's cool too. Anyway, after that, he gets kind of strong, level 15 right now. And he still can't escape the dungeon until he beats the final boss. So there's like this giant snake on the bottom floor. He kind of fights it, but his sword is broken again. So yeah, it looks like weapon durability is a problem. Bro, this is like Tears of the Kingdom all over again. Dodges the snake, he can grab onto it, so he kind of grabs onto his neck. It's like this giant ass blue snake with hard scales. Forces, and he kind of just like chokes it. And kind of forces it to tie around and then just kills it with his bare hands. So that was like pretty metal. I like the art style there as well. I love the voice acting. And then yeah, just like the lines they're shading as they like zoomed in on Jinwoo's face, kind of killing the snake. It was nice. And then yeah, he killed the snake. Now I think he goes up to level 18. So you know, it's pretty cool. He escapes the dungeon and he realizes outside there's like a big kind of incident where there's like a monster leaking from the portal. We see Juhi is also there, so she got a bit traumatized, but they need healers. Healers are in high demand. So we see her kind of timid, not knowing what to do. Everyone else is trying to like defeat this like giant like stone golem. The thing is, its armor is way too big, so it's taking no damage, and it's out on the streets. So they have to like defeat it before there's any civilian casualties. That's when Jinwoo kind of sneaks in the back. He doesn't really want to make his presence known, so he kind of throws this broken sword at the golem really hard, and it just like destroys its shield. No one else could do that. So yeah, we kind of get some glimpses of Jinwoo. Maybe he's like A rank adventurer right now. He does not even realize it. He's like, oh, maybe that monster was already weakened. That's why my sword did all that damage. So yeah, Jinwoo does not know his own strength. That's kind of scary, but also it's like kind of funny and cool. I guess well deserved. Our boy is like getting so strong. We see like he's getting ripped as well. Like he has like veins in his forearms. And now yeah, my boy is ripped. Juhi actually sees him in the back, kind of throw the sword and walk away. So I think she's kind of concerned. Like what happened to him? So I mean, she'll probably talk to him in the future, maybe, or maybe she loses. But yeah, you know, pretty cool setup so far. You know, it's exactly what you expect. The story writing isn't too deep, but you know, the art is cool. The action is nice so far. I kind of want to know how big the world is, how many more characters we'll see, like kind of where the story goes from here. After that, we got Frieren Beyond Journey's End, episode 20. Love this episode. Good fights. Fern, she is so cold. She is her. Like, she just defeats people with no effort, very emotionless, just lying to people, destroying people, saving her team. But yeah, there's like a lot of fighting in this forest so far. I was like kind of taken aback. I thought, yeah, we just hunt birds so easy and then maybe camp out. But yeah, there's a lot of fights here. So yeah, first off, Fern is like fighting the random girl from the other party. And then she's like pretty strong, but Fern is like literally no effort, just destroying her. So yeah, she uses the basic ass magical spell, but she's like spams it. She does it so much, like literally zero effort. The other girl is like blocking it as best as she can, but eventually she gets overwhelmed. So the whole forest around her kind of gets destroyed. And then yeah, she gets knocked out, almost killed by Fern. So then yeah, Fern also goes and saves the green-haired girl because there's this dude Warble. So he's like the white-haired kind of evil guy from the same party. And then he has like binding magic. So he kind of binds the green-haired girl, but he doesn't kill her because he doesn't like killing people. We realized that his backstory, he's from the north where just like there's a lot of child soldiers and he's just like sentenced to like kill whoever. There's like this whole kind of like economic situation up there. So yeah, he hates killing people, but he has killed a lot of people, women, children, all of them. So yeah, anyway, after like a lot of stalling, Fern shows up, she points a staff at his neck and she's like, I killed the other girl. So you guys are basically disqualified from the competition because you need 3 members alive. If any of your team members are dead, then you can't go on to stage 2. So yeah, he kind of like gives up. He feels defeated. But Fern didn't kill her. So she literally lied to his face. It was kind of funny, but I mean, he feels kind of relieved when he sees her later because he does have emotions, even though he's like a killer. I guess that's pretty decent character writing. But yeah, Fern's party is like still intact. Everyone is like super strong. They held their own. They defeated all these other 3 jobbers and they got their birds. So yeah, I guess they're going on to round 2. Also, after that, we see Frieren's party. So she gets ambushed since like her party took control of the bird and froze the whole lake. So there's a big target on her back. So yeah, one of the people that ambushes her has like super speed magic, so she kind of just like yoinks the bird and runs away. So yeah, Frieren can barely track her. So yeah, one of the other dudes that's attacking them is pretty psychotic. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill one of you. And then he kind of like summons this big earth pillar. So he's fighting both of the girls up on like the sky level while Frieren's fighting this like kind of experienced old guy that knows her. So yeah, it's kind of nuts. I think Frieren doesn't feel like she's in too much danger. She thinks the girls can also hold their own. So yeah, I mean, I believe her. I don't think the members are in danger, but it's probably going to be a cool fight. Also, we get some lore on what being like a first-class mage, like certified, would be. As in, you get a reward, you get 1 spell given to you by like the inventor of magic for humans. So yeah, it's like this random girl that we like learn about. She's in the opening. I forgot her name, but you know, we'll probably get introduced to her later. But basically, she'll give you a magic spell for free, which is kind of huge, I guess, because it can grant any of your wishes, maybe. But I guess we gotta see. But you know, the exam continues. Very high-quality anime. So yeah, the action scenes are done very well. The emotions, you can really feel them. Okay, so for Undead Unluck episode 16, yeah, you talk about escalation. We have no room to breathe in this anime. The story just like goes to 100 every episode. Just like so much shit happens. So here, yeah, we got another member on move. So yeah, he joined the round table, seed 11. So that's pretty cool, right? So now they get their next like set of quests. So yeah, we get like some more interesting things. If they fail, then they'll get like penalty number 100. Also, there's like new rewards they're getting introduced, so they have to basically defeat all the kind of seasonal Umas. So yeah, Uma Summer, Winter, Fall, Spring. And then the big penalty would be Uma Revolution, which looks like the Earth's just like revolving around the sun or something. So yeah, all of that's kind of interesting, but yeah, the big part is that we're not doing quests anymore. Billy is a traitor, the blind dude with the gun power. Are you kidding me? I kind of couldn't believe this. It was a bit unbelievable, pun intended, because yeah, that's what Billy's like power was. But yeah, he betrayed the squad. Like he was lying to Tatiana, and his power looked like he can just like ricochet bullets to instantly hit its target. That's why it was called unbelievable. But his power is actually unfair. So what unfair is that it copies other people's powers. So if he copies Andy's power, it looks like he can just copy them by looking at them. Maybe he has to like make physical contact. We don't know. And he copies Joyce's power, Injustice. So now he can just like control all these guys and force them to like kill each other. So yeah, all of that's like pretty tragic. Or this dude is the new villain. And then all the other people from Rip's team, they have Uma burn with them as well. So yeah, they just like steal the round table. So without that, the team can't do their quest. They can't kill God. So it looks like Billy, he wants to kill God himself. He doesn't trust everyone else to do it. So that's why he teams up with the evil people. It's kind of crazy. Like we need another episode to explain more, bro. Like, cause this is just unfair. So yeah, one dude got shot in the neck. He's the dude with like the big heavy armor. And then, yeah, it looks like they're still planning on fighting him to get the round table back. So Joyce kind of like gives out some commands. Andy's following. Fuko's also there. So priority 1 is to kind of like, you know, get the round table, kind of call everyone to help fight. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Just like I'm so sad. I feel bad for Tatiana because, you know, her kind of mentor, her friend, her savior is now this evil scumbag. So yeah, I mean, it looks like his end game is to collect a lot of powers and I guess use that to kill God. So he wants to kind of like solo it. It's kind of crazy, but you know, we'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, kind of insane episode episode. This story is so good. It never lets you breathe, but at the same time, there's like a lot of like good character moments. Okay, so for The Dangers in My Heart, season 2, episode 4. I love this episode, just like insanely cute, giving me diabetes. It's like a classic, you know, Valentine's Day episode, so, you know, the same tropes. Yamato doesn't want to admit that the chocolates she's giving to Kyotaro are, you know, like the love chocolates. So she keeps hiding them. She's also like getting a lot of chocolate for herself. But yeah, she like gives away all her chocolates to Kyotaro. And then he doesn't really pick up on it, but it's like they both know what they mean, but these people just can't communicate it. It's fine. But yeah, it just feels so cute. Yamada actually baked like this kind of muffin as well that she wanted to give to Kyotaro, but then he said he never liked sweet things back in the day. So then she feels kind of like troubled. Like, should I give it to him? He might hate it. But you know, she does give it to him. It's kind of cute. It actually looked like she was about to kiss him because he had some cream on his lips. And then she was like slowly going for it. It was kind of crazy, but it looks like she kind of wiped it off with her finger. So yeah, I mean, they keep baiting us, but this anime is super cute. Just like, you know, we had the Valentine's Day plotline for 2 episodes now, so we'll probably move on to other stuff. But yeah, this relationship's like very cute. All right, and now for Chain Soldier episode 4. Kind of crazy episode. A lot of stuff happened. So yeah, we see there's like a rival dorm coming in, and yeah, one of the people in the dorm is actually the older sister of the blue-haired girl. So then yeah, now they have this big argument on, oh, you're not able to like show any results, you're weak, your skills like kind of weak as well. So yeah, Himari, she's kind of angry, and then they decide to go on like a fight, like a competition. So now there's like this huge random tournament arc coming in. So the girl Himari, she wants to get stronger, so her power, it looks like she can manifest guns in her body, but it looks like that's not actually her power. Her power is to copy other people's abilities. The problem is she has to be compatible if she copies someone's ability, or else it won't work that well. So if she copies Shushu's ability to grow, she kind of just like grows her boobs, but doesn't really get bigger. So then she borrows Kyoko's ability. So she enslaves Yuki, and then they kind of go train with their power, and you know, it works pretty well. We see Yuki kind of transforms into like a different Shuki kind of form. So now he's like super fast in this form. Now, a funny thing is that Himari still has to pay the price. She has to give a reward to Yuki. That she doesn't realize this. So yeah, she gives some rewards when she like flashes her panties and then just like rubs her like vagina on his, she just sits on his face. So yeah, I mean, good first reward, I guess. But yeah, she realizes she'll pay the price because she wants to get stronger. She wants to beat her older sister. So yeah, they keep training Himari and Yuki. The problem is we realize that her sister Yachiho, her power is to stop time. No, it's to control time. Stopping and rewinding time, she can do both. So yes, I feel like that's unbeatable. Like literally, she could just one-shot you and to stop time probably. So it looks like their plan is to kind of overwhelm her with speed, kind of just like attack her before she can like stop time. And if they do that, then she's going to be forced to rewind time. Then, you know, just overwhelm her. The problem is she still seems to be pretty strong. So, yeah, it's going to take a lot of effort. So we see Himari and Yuki still training. Himari giving Yuki all the rewards. There's like some like cool hot spring scenes or some shower scenes or some titties there. I think people were complaining because, yeah, like the fan service was censored a bit. I have no problem with it. I think the fan service is fine, but I have not read the source material. Maybe some of the action is not shown. Maybe the scenes are paced too fast. Maybe the rewards aren't hot enough. I'm not sure, but yeah, I might take a look at the manga just to like compare. I'm really liking the season though. It's just like, you know, a D-chan type of anime to watch. Okay, so for Gushing Over Magical Girls episode 4. So there's a lot of the same things. We see Baser. She's just like tying up these girls very easily, but she's just like escaping before torturing them a lot because she has exams to study for. Ain't no way. So she has no time to kind of like torture these girls. We see the pink-haired girl gets beaten up and attacked and cut up by scissors each time. So she's kind of being an exhibitionist. It's kind of funny seeing her just like nude in front of people. I feel a bit bad, but you know, it is what it is. We see the blonde-haired girl's a bit sadistic as well. So yeah, she's just kind of like angry. We see that her and the magical girls are fighting, and it's like part of their routine now. So yeah, they know what to expect, and I guess they're becoming friends. They're becoming closer, even though they're getting like tied up and being bondaged. Okay, so for Bucchigiri episode 3, you know, the show goes on kind of crazy. There's some fights. This episode felt like, you know, they're setting up some things. So yeah, there's like this kind of evil rival gang, like a third party that's like causing a rift between the Sigma gang and the Minato gang. So they're kind of like fighting each other, framing each other. So yeah, now it looks kind of bad. But yeah, we see in the beginning of the episode, Arajin joins the Sigma gang run by Jin. So he joined because he's in love with Jin's little sister, Mahara. Problem is Mahara loves her brother, so Arajin has no chance. But I mean, it looks like Mahara's goal is to basically spend time with her brother, have Arajin take over the Sigma gang, but like to do that, he needs to get stronger. So I mean, cool plan. I mean, I feel bad for our boy Arajin, but I mean, it is what it is. He knows what he's getting himself into. So yeah, you know, a lot of fun stuff happens as Arajin joins the gang. They kind of play this game called Look That Way, where you play rock, paper, scissors. If you lose, then you get punched in the face. If you turn your body when you get punched, then you lose. But if your face stays still, then the other person that punches you loses. So it's basically a type of game that shows how tough you are. Can you tank a hit? Can you like hit someone really hard? So Arajin has to play this game as well. He's in the semifinals, and then he just like has the genie kind of hold his head. So he like tanks a shot really easily, and then the other dude breaks his hand. Kind of like a funny way to have him win without him being like super OP and like taking over the genie's power. So yeah, he did most of this himself, kind of. So yeah, the Sigma gang comes into the Minato gang, and now they're kind of like facing off. We'll see what's gonna happen, but it looks like Jin is pretty smart, so he probably won't fall for like this kind of like bait by like this third party. They'll probably work together maybe. Okay, so for the Apothecary Diaries episode 16, solid episode, a bit forgettable, but yeah, you know, Mama, she kind of solves another case. This one is with this blacksmith, and then he died, but he left this will that's very vague. He gives like what each of his sons like a random object or like a shed, and yeah, they don't know what to do with it because they want his secret technique, and he didn't pass it down to anyone. So yeah, it's up to Mama to solve the case. It looks like it's like this big Sherlock Holmes type of puzzle where there's like this like magic puzzle box inside the shed, and then they all have to work together to like kind of unlock it with the key. They have to use the sun's reflection to like burn the key lock, and now they can finally unlock it. But inside the drawer is like some random metal like tin piece melted down, but Mama realizes that this metal piece is like 3 different pieces of metal, and they're kind of melted down to make this one big piece. So it kind of represents that all 3 of the sons should work together. It's a bit cheesy, but yeah, Mama figures it out, but she doesn't really tell anyone. She's like, it's up to them to figure it out. The younger son realizes this, but then the 2 older sons feel inferior. They're like, no, it's all you. You got the technique. So yeah, I guess the story goes on, you know, Mama solving another case. All right, so for Delicious in a Dungeon episode 4, another funny episode. Yeah, we cooking, but here there's like some actual like racism, there's like conflicts, like serious things in this dungeon. So yeah, first they grow some vegetables from these golems, because yeah, these golems have a lot of moss growing on them. So yeah, we have actual food that's like not from a monster. Yeah, they're fresh veggies. They're trying to sell it in like this underground tavern. The problem is that they get attacked by orcs. So yeah, these orcs are kind of like giant, hairy, like pigmen. And then, yeah, they start killing everyone, and they steal the vegetables because they said times are tough. We're kind of like going through a conflict. We need the food. And then they kind of kidnap the people. Like, they almost killed our party. So then, yeah, they kind of get kidnapped into like the orc village. The dwarf guy kind of knows the orcs, so he tries to smooth talk them. He makes bread with all these ingredients, but they still get kind of angry. We see the orcs are kind of bitter because they were kind of driven down by humans to live in like the dungeon. But then we see the elf girl saying it's the opposite. Like, you guys caused the problems yourself. You guys were just constantly fighting us, so that's why we had to kick you out. So it's kind of like a back and forth on their ideals. So it's kind of funny. We see like the little kid orc. He doesn't really understand the conflict, so he's like, oh, why is daddy fighting with this girl? But yeah, we realize that as they cook food together, they make the bread, that you can share a meal together. And, you know, cooking together, eating in this dungeon, it'll probably unite you, you know, ease tension. So yeah, everyone likes eating food. Yeah, I guess that's the message here. And it looks like as you go deeper into the dungeon, if you kill the final boss, then you become the owner of the dungeon. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I don't think our main character will be the owner of the dungeon or anything, but I guess that's like a new rumor, a new story point that they're introducing to us. Okay, so for Metallic Rouge episode 3, kind of nice episode. It kind of like tells us about like the android human conflict where all these android people, all these neons are like kind of getting oppressed. They have to work forever basically, and the Asimov code makes them unable to fight back against humans. So they're just suffering. Like, they're just suffering and overworked, and they can't even die. We see Rouge kind of feeling angry. She doesn't want to like be a tool, so she's kind of working with these people. But we see like at the end, one of the kind of leaders of this underground revolution, he gets kind of killed, and now Rouge is like being framed for his murder. Yeah, a lot of like cool setups so far. Like, I'm not sure where we're gonna go from here, but the dynamics in this world are pretty typical. Like, there's like, you know, androids, there's humans. The androids are just suffering, but some of them want to like fight back. They have like emotions. But the problem is it's like a systemic issue. There's also like law enforcement that just like, you know, beat up on androids and like kind of murder them for no reason. So yeah, it's just like very rough in general. We'll see what's gonna happen in the future, but yeah, the story seems like very decent so far. I do need to see more because, you know, this could just end up as a random forgettable seasonal show. Okay, so for Villainous Level 99 episode 3, a funny episode where our girl Yumelia, she reveals her true magic. So yeah, the black hole, and now it looks like people believe her now. She has level 99 magic. The king actually apologizes to her and grants her one wish. So she just says she wants to live in peace. Like, everyone kind of like respects her now, but they're still a bit scared of her. They're like, we need her not to leave. We need her to marry someone, marry one of like the princes. So she's like tied to the family. But she's not interested in any of that. She just wants to, you know, just live her life, not be attacked, not be bothered. Although we do see one thing. So the protagonist of the story, the pink-haired girl with the light magic, it looks like she's accusing Yumelia of being the demon lord. So that's kind of serious. I thought like this girl would be like on our side, but she seems to be very antagonistic. So hopefully they kind of like become friends and hash it out and forget about these things. I definitely enjoy watching her and Yumelia become friends. But yeah, we just gotta see. I don't really have any idea where the story is gonna go, but I do know that Yumelia, she can adapt to any situation pretty much. So nothing really bothers her. She'll just like do what she can. Okay, so for Mashle season 2 episode 4, yes, Mashle beating more people up. The tournament kind of continues this like kind of divine visionary exam. So yeah, we have like these minotaur puppets that are just like immune to magic, which is no problem for Mash because you can just punch them. But the problem is they're just like get up, they instantly heal all the damage they take. So yeah, they have to kind of sneak around. So yeah, Mash gets saved by like this random upperclassman who's like very nice. I thought he had ulterior motives, but it looks like he was just trying to protect Mash. He has like kind of shrinking magic, so he can make you smaller. And they basically work together to kind of like pop a balloon to get the key inside. We see Mash trying to be creative to like kind of like be sneaky and pop the balloon. He kind of breakdances really quickly to kind of like blow air into the balloon. And yeah, the balloon just kind of explodes and he gets the key. And Mash also offers the key to the upperclassman, but then the upperclassman's like, nah, it's all you, bro, you got it. And surprisingly wholesome. So yeah, we see like most of the people got the key. So Finn has the key and also Dot got a key. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We also see that there's this villain coming through. So he has like purple hair. His name is Luo Yang, and he has like the spinny mark on his face. And basically, he beat up the upperclassman that helped Mash. So yeah, he's set up to be a villain. It looks like Mash will defeat him pretty easily because Mash kind of styles on him. The dude tries to dump water onto Mash, but Mash like opens up his protein shaker and scoops up the water. So it's no problem for him. So yeah, Luo Yang feels kind of mad. I guess he's targeting Mash now. And it looks like the next part of the exam are 3-man teams where they all have like this glass crystal that they have to protect. But also Mash dropped his crystal and so did Dot. But you know, we just gotta see because, you know, Mash can probably solo everything for the most part. But yeah, pretty funny episode so far. You know, the tournament kind of continues. The story so far is a bit irrelevant. Like, more kind of fights and action will happen in the future. So yeah, we just gotta see. But yeah, the comedy's still on point. The music is nice. And it shows just like very chill and entertaining. Alright, that is it for the shows this week. Thank you for watching. Please let me know what your favorite animes this week were. It seems pretty good for the most part. There's some hidden gems. There's some like overrated shows. But overall, another solid week. Frieren just like continues to amaze. So yeah, can't wait to watch more of it. So yes, I'll see you next week.